It's time for Preserving Your Dignity and Your Money, Planning for Successful Aging with Nugen Law. And now your host, J. Bryan Nugen, estate planning and elder law attorney.
Good morning, and welcome to Preserving Your Dignity and Your Money, Planning for Successful Aging with Nugen Law. I'm attorney J. Bryan Nugen, founder of Nugen Law, and your host for our program. The purpose of our show is to have weekly, in-depth conversations about matters relevant to folks as they walk down the path of successful aging. Our listeners will learn what it is to age with dignity and how best to protect their money. I've been practicing law for 3 decades. I'm licensed to practice in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida, and actively represent clients in all 4 states. My practice, the attorneys and our interdisciplinary team of professionals who practice with me, concentrate on working with clients in estate planning and elder law and areas related to them, such as protecting money from nursing home stays, securing benefits from programs like Medicaid and the VA, Veterans Administration, geriatric care coordination, estate and trust administration, guardianships, and planning for those with special needs. Nugen Law sees clients in many stages of life, but commonly we have folks reaching out when they or loved one are showing signs of needing help. Those signs may include a chronic ailment or progressive decline before, during, or after a hospitalization, an instance of incapacity, caregiver burnout, stress on family members due to some or all of those instances I just mentioned. As a reminder, Nugen Law represents clients in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. We also take a life care planning approach to client representation, meaning that not only do our attorneys prepare any legal instruments appropriate for your unique situation, but also, and without additional cost, our clients have access to our affiliated certified public accounting firm, that's a CPA firm, for their personal tax returns. They're invited to attend our client-only educational opportunities, have access to our Medicare specialist, who advises on what Medicare plan and supplemental plan to secure, the ability to have your legal documents revised as necessary, and when appropriate, unlimited access to our elder care coordinator. So the ECC elder care coordinator is a person who assists with whatever help our clients may need as they age, including setting tours of various facilities, arrange for help in client homes, arranging moving and downsizing, and advocating for Nugen Law clients when necessary. If you hear something in today's broadcast which resonates with you, an area in which we may be able to help, please call Nugen Law at 260-925-3738. That's 260-925-3738. Speak with one of our intake specialists and schedule a meeting for either our Fort Wayne or Auburn locations. You're also encouraged to see us online at www.nugenlaw, that's NUGENLAW.com. Today I have a great guest with me in the studio, Lori Bones, who serves as the Vice President of Integrated Care at Aging and In-Home Services of Northeast Indiana. That's AIHS. Lori's role in integrated care consists of overseeing the family caregiver programs at AIHS, as well as working on the development of the GUIDE, G-U-I-D-E model. Lori has been with AIHS for approximately 12 years, working in various roles to support older adults and individuals with disabilities remain safely in their homes. So Lori's work experience prior to AIHS includes working at a nonprofit community-based organization supporting young parents and their infants. Lori has a BA in psychology from Purdue University in West Lafayette. Lori, welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you in the studio as well. So let's jump right in. Please tell me about Aging and In-Home Services, what your agency does in the community.
Yes, Aging and In-Home Services is the premier resource for older adults and persons with disabilities and family caregivers in Northeast Indiana. We are one of Indiana's 16 area agencies on aging. Our mission is to help individuals continue to live at home for as long as safe and feasible, and then transition to a nursing facility at that point if needed. Our Aging and Disability Resource Center, what we call the ADRC for short, is the point of entry for everyone coming into our program. The ADRC has a call center that anyone can reach out to for help navigating the system. If you have questions about government programs like Medicaid waiver, Medicare, if you need help finding service in the community, the ADRC can point you in the right direction. Besides offering all that information and assistance, we also have a handful of other programs to support the community. We have a nutrition program to address the problems of food insecurity, as well as a family caregiver center and various programs to help reduce caregiver burnout.
Wow, that is a lot. Holy cow.
Yes.
So I think it's important, you've pointed out, that it's not just older citizens, older residents of our communities or the area that you're serving that can benefit from your services. We talk about elder law, right? So there's estate planning and elder law attorneys. Elder law doesn't just focus on folks that are 65 and above.
Correct.
We focus on folks that have a disability, that maybe there was an accident, they have a TBI, traumatic brain injury, any of those types of things that we could be caring for someone in their teens all the way through to end of life. So you're in that same situation.
Correct. Yeah, we are in the same boat. As our name implies, we do a lot of work with older adults, but we also work with those with disabilities of any age. As you said, we work with individuals from birth to 100 plus. For some of our waiver programs, for the traumatic brain injury waiver, we work with individuals of any age. For our various family caregiver programs, the caregivers can be any age that are working with us. The health and wellness waiver, which is another Medicaid waiver, that one has individuals that are infants all the way up.
Sure. You mentioned food insecurity. So how is it that you provide assistance for folks with food insecurity? And what does that mean when you talk about food insecurity?
Yeah, so food insecurity would be that insecurity of knowing whether you can put your next meal on the table, knowing that you can feed your family, that you have something available for the next meal, the next day that you might need. We have several different ways that we can help combat food insecurity through our nutrition programs. First and foremost, we have our Meals on Wheels program, which is probably more well known around town as individuals see our trucks driving around. Seniors who are homebound, meaning that they can't get out of their house very easily, are able to receive 3, 5, or 7 frozen meals a week from our Meals on Wheels program. A second way is we have congregate meal sites. So there are various sites throughout town that we have congregate meal facilities where individuals can come in that live in that facility and eat their meal and socialize with others. We also have a restaurant voucher program. So people can go to one of our designated sites to pick up their location or to pick up their tickets once a quarter for the vouchers, and then they can go to a restaurant or a cafeteria to redeem those vouchers to get their meals. There are a lot more to say about these programs. There's different eligibilities for each of the different programs, so individuals would just need to call into that ADRC or Resource Center with their questions, and that's 260-469-3036.
Great. So you could say that number one more time.
Yes, it's 260-469-3036.
And so if they call in, what should they first expect, and what process happens after they call?
Yeah, so when they initially call in, they'll be connected with, usually it's one of our options counselors is what they're called. And what they'll do is just talk to the individual, try to gather some information about what they're looking for at that point in time. And then if they think that they might potentially qualify for a program, they might go through some additional eligibility questions. They might, ask some their age and if they have any medical conditions, their living situation. Just try to get to know the individual a little bit more to see if they could be eligible for any of our different programs, to connect them to the resources in town that would fit best for them.
Is there a needs-based element to folks being able to qualify for these services?
To call into the Aged and Disabled Resource Center is completely free. You can call and talk to an options counselor at any time without any cost. For a lot of the different programs, yes, it is needs-based and financial-based as well. So they might do some screening to determine financial aspects, where someone might come in with an elder law attorney and have that with them. And they'll gather some additional information to see if they would qualify for one of those programs, potentially under our Medicaid waiver or under our Choice program, which is funded through the state. They all have different guidelines on who may be eligible. Regardless, we'll try to find a service that could fit for that individual.
At Nugen Law, we're regularly working with providing advice to, especially through our elder care coordinator and supporting family caregivers. I'm excited to hear Aging and Home Services also supports those family caregivers. That is essential. What services do you provide to support those family caregivers?
Yes, we have a variety of services for our family caregivers. First of all, we can provide them with information and connect them with different resources in the community. But we can also potentially sign them up for various programs that we have. We have some telephonic support programs that we can enroll the caregivers in so that they could talk to someone weekly, every other week, whatever they're comfortable with, who will provide them with some support and some resources to connect them in the community. We have support groups that meet twice a month. Those are both virtual and in person. And so caregivers can attend our support groups. They can join them virtually. They can come as often as they want or as little as they want, whatever meets their needs. Those are free of cost.
So in order to participate in those telephonic support group meetings or in live in-person support meetings, they don't need to qualify based upon income or assets.
Correct. Correct. They can just call in, get the information, or they can potentially pull up the information on our website or social media and participate in those.
I don't think people appreciate how difficult it is to be a family caregiver. It is very taxing. Your heart says, I'm going to do this. I'm never going to reach out for any outside help. I'm doing it all. And it's a lovely notion. I just had a client in my office this week, and he's caring for his father, and he's been doing this for an extended period of time, and he was in tears because it's becoming more and more difficult. His heart has said to him, I'm going to do this, and I made promises to my dad, but now I'm recognizing my health is declining.
Right. It is one of the hardest jobs out there. We
Very.
always say caregiving, because you're doing it 24/7 often.
Stop.
Whether you're with the individual or not with them, you are still doing that. So we do have some programs where we can offer some respite.
What does it mean, respite?
Yes. So respite is essentially a break, providing the caregiver with a break. We can do, depending on the program you qualify for, we can do respite in the home, which would mean that someone can come in the home, sit with your loved one and spend time with them, and you can go out and do something that you need to do. Take care of your own errands, your own appointments, or just take a break. Get away and have some time to yourself. We can also do respite in an adult day service, which is essentially where your loved one would go that you're taking care of and spend some time and do some activities there. And then again, you would have that free time to go and take care of your own needs at that point in time. We have found that respite is very essential to caregivers. Just some time away where you know that your loved one is safe and being taken care of, so you can focus on yourself and your own needs.
Right. So I've heard about something called hospital to home.
Yes.
What is hospital to home?
So Hospital Home is a program that we have for individuals that are discharging from the hospital. The goal is to prevent readmission. That transition time from the hospital to home can be very difficult for individuals. They may not be prepared with all the information they need. They may not know how to adjust back at home once they get home from the hospital. And so what we can do is we'll have someone reach out to go visit them. They'll meet with the individual, their caregiver, if they have one present, just to kind of go over some of their needs, what they're looking at, and provide some additional resources in the community. With that program as well, if there's a caregiver involved, we can do some respite. So we could have someone come in and sit with the caregiver, sit with the individual, and so the caregiver can leave the home and get out while they're getting acclimated back to their home environment.
So is that, to qualify for that hospital to home program, once you're in the system, you have that?
Yes, and we get referrals from a variety of different places, from anyone that is discharging from the hospital. We may get a referral from the hospital saying, hey, this person could use a little bit of extra assistance. It's individuals with dementia or some sort of cognitive impairment. We get referrals from other community-based organizations, individuals that even just call in that have just discharged from the hospital or their caregiver, then we can potentially put them on that program.
Excellent.
It's more of a short-term program, but it provides some good relief.
They're healthy enough to leave the hospital.
Yes.
But maybe they're insecure, or the family members are insecure to care for them immediately 100% of the time at home.
Correct.
It's that support that they're needing, that hammock for them that they're needing as they're assisting the loved one.
Yes.
That's a great resource.
Yeah.
And my impression is that it's underutilized. Do you have that impression?
Oh, it is. It's underutilized. We are continuously advertising it, trying to spread the word. Just call in. As we say, just call us and we will sign you up for this if possible. If you're eligible, we will get you enrolled in the program.
Even the caregiver support groups that you were talking about a moment ago, I have a feeling those are underutilized as well.
They are. And the fact that they are offered both virtually and in person.
Yeah, they're there for you. Use them.
Yes, just use us. Even if you can connect with another caregiver at a support group, sometimes that's invaluable, not just the information you're gaining.
Sure. So if anybody would like to speak with Aging and Home Services, that team, please feel free to reach out to 260-469-3036, 260-469-3036. And then as a reminder, Nugen Law represents clients in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. We take a life care planning approach to client representation, meaning that not only do our attorneys prepare any legal instruments appropriate for your unique situation, without additional cost, our clients also have access to our affiliated certified public accounting firm for preparation of your personal tax returns. Our clients are invited to attend our client-exclusive educational opportunities, have access to our Medicare specialist who advises on what Medicare plan and supplemental plan to secure, the ability to have your legal documents revised as you need without cost, unlimited access to our elder care coordinator as well. Our ECC is a person who assists with whatever help our clients may need as they age, including setting tours of various facilities, putting them in touch with programs like the Aging and Home Services, arranging for help in the home, arranging moving and downsizing, advocating for our clients, etc. If you hear something which in today's broadcast which resonates with you, an area in which we may be able to help, please call Nugen Law at 260-925-3738 to speak with one of our intake specialists. Lori, do you have programs to support people who may need help with I guess I've asked this question already, with food? And
yes.
And how, when they're part of that program, how is the food delivered to them? How do they receive that?
Yes, so if you are part of the program where you receive our Meals on Wheels, we have drivers that will deliver your meals to your home. They will arrange with you if you want them on the front porch, if you need to have an arrangement to bring them inside, if you're incapable of picking them up off the porch, our driver will do that and also just kind of touch base with you and check in to see how you're doing.
You mentioned a restaurant voucher program a few
Yes.
minutes ago. Now, I got to believe our listeners would be very interested in that. You mean to tell me I can get a voucher to go to a restaurant?
Yes.
Okay. How does that work?
So aside from food,
Yep.
socialization is very,
Key.
very important.
Yep.
So they just need to call into our agency. And for our restaurant voucher program, once they're signed up for it, they will receive vouchers that they can go redeem at specific locations. They get a set number of vouchers a month, and then they can go out in the community and redeem those vouchers for meals.
Thank you very much. I do think that social isolation is a real issue for our seniors. In fact, not engaging can affect cognitive decline. Hearing loss can affect cognitive
Very
decline. So when you have that support group around you, they're able to socialize you, of course, but also recognize when things are changing. And the longer the time that they're working with you and working with your support team, there's issue spotting that goes on. We are seeing that Mrs. Jones isn't quite the same person she was 6 months ago. What can we do to help her improve and to provide a better quality of life for her where she is?
Right, which our Meals on Wheels drivers are long-term. They can often recognize those changes in individuals as well and then connect them with additional supports as needed.
Sure. It sounds like Aging and Disability Resource Center is a great place for people to start if they want to sign up for your services.
Yes.
Is that what you recommend?
Yes, that's what we recommend. They can call in. We also have a website. You can submit a referral form through the website.
What's the website?
Yes, it is agingihs.org. And so referrals can be submitted through the website, or you can just call in. We do occasionally have individuals stop into our office as well, and then we can connect them with an options counselor.
Mm-hmm. I've found that some of our clients at Nugen Law are hesitant to reach out for assistance. They feel like if I reach out for assistance, I'm not going to be able to stay in my own home. It means that I'm not successful in sustaining myself or providing care for myself. How is it that you get over that stigma that folks may have and make sure that they do get the services to which they're entitled and to benefit them?
I will say that's a common misconception.
Yes.
A lot of individuals think if they reach out and ask for help that, yes, they will end up in a facility. And we just continually try to reiterate that the purpose of our services is to keep individuals at home where they are safe and comfortable and can receive the supports that they need to be safe at home. So just continuing to get that message out there, the more we can spread it throughout the community. Just call us. We will connect you with those resources to help you maintain your safety, your health at home.
Great. At Nugen Law, I've experienced a lot of our clients talking about ads they've seen, and I've seen the ads. I was just at a seminar for elder law attorneys last Friday and Saturday, and they were talking about the Pathways program. So let's talk about the state's new program, Indiana Pathways for Aging. Can you tell us about this program and what the transition means?
Yes, so Indiana Pathways for Aging started in July of this year, so
Right.
it's a relatively new program. It's the state's new system of managing care for Hoosiers who are at least 60 years old and also have active Medicaid benefits. The purpose of this program was to sort of integrate different services. A lot of programs in the state are very siloed, and so they wanted to integrate everyone's care and also created some accountability and can tie some payments to the service delivery to make sure individuals are getting the appropriate services and care that they need. The idea behind it was to pretty much streamline those services under one health plan. When beginning the program, individuals can choose which health plan they want to go with, which is probably the commercials that everyone is seeing.
Right.
They can choose to go with Anthem, Humana, or United Healthcare. And essentially that health plan will then oversee and coordinate their services and their care.
Mm-hmm. The phrase Medicaid waiver has
Yes.
been used. Now, how does Medicaid waiver relate to Pathways?
So Pathways is the overarching program for anyone 60 and over on Medicaid. Medicaid waiver is those in-home services that individuals can qualify for to help them stay home. Pathways has changed the in-home services program. The waiver was divided in July to a Pathways waiver as well as a health and wellness waiver for those under 60. For our agency, we provide that case management service is what we have always done, and we'll continue to provide the case management service. With the Pathways shift, case management has shifted as well. A lot of that is now housed underneath these health plans. And
The three you earlier mentioned.
Yes, with the Anthem, the Humana, and the United Healthcare. And so a lot of individuals had to transition to those health plans for their case management services. At Aging and In-Home, we have a small contract with United Healthcare. So some of those members are still receiving case management services from our agency, but the others are receiving those case management services from the health plans.
Excellent.
They still receive the in-home services that they had in place before. Those had to stay in place for at least 90 days before any adjustments could be made to their in-home services.
All right. So let's continue the discussion about Pathways, Lori.
Yeah.
Has that had an impact on the services AIHS provides?
It has certainly had an impact in the case management department and our case management services. As I just stated, we have a contract with United Healthcare, but any members that are with Anthem or Humana, we are no longer able to provide their case management services. Our contract with United Healthcare does not cover all of their clients as well, so some of those are no longer case managed by our agency either.
All right. How can people learn more about Pathways?
The best advice we can offer is to go to the website. We recommend that everyone go to the Pathways website, which is www.in.gov/pathways. They're continuously updating the website. There's a lot of information on the website about the different health plans, about what Pathways really means, and the different benefits that are available under Pathways. There's also a very large frequently asked questions section that they continue to update as well with information. Individuals can also call the phone number and the phone line to get some additional information. That is 877-284-9294. We do receive a lot of calls at our agency about Pathways as well, and so we will find the appropriate number or website and direct the individuals to that line who can provide them care.
Do you know how many individuals that your entity services in northeastern Indiana? Do you have any type of a marker on that?
It would depend on the program.
Sure.
On all of our programs, we serve many thousands, I would say, with all of our meals, with our congregate meal sites, with our family caregiver program, with our case management programs. So we cover the 9 northeastern counties in Indiana. And I would say, yes, thousands. I don't know the exact number at this point in time.
Have you seen that number increasing or decreasing?
With the shift to pathways, that number certainly decreased, especially in the case management department.
Right.
In our other programs, those are increasing, I would say. We're getting more and more individuals calling in for a variety of other programs. Some of that is affected by the status of the different waivers in Indiana, so they're calling in to get on different programs.
Sure. It's been a huge shift, I know, for you and everybody else in the industry. It's something new and exciting, but huge learning curve for everybody involved.
Yes.
And I'm sure for we call them clients. I don't know what you call them.
Yes, we
clients.
do the same.
Yeah, but it's a learning curve for them as well. But what they need to understand is that there are still benefits available to them, and nothing's they're not losing those types of things if they're eligible for them. They're still getting those benefits.
Correct. Yes. There's a lot of concern and worry. Just change is very difficult.
Change is hard. Especially for those that are aging.
Yes.
Change is rough.
Change is very difficult. And this program is new. There's a lot of kinks, a lot of things everyone is trying to work out and work through at this point in time. But yes, you're right. We need to reassure everyone services are remaining in place. The goal is to keep everyone home and safe at home and get those services that they need. And we at Aging and In-Home are still here. If they need to call in, we will find the resource for them or direct them to the correct individual at their health plan, even if we are no longer their case management entity.
The PACE program, do you refer to the PACE program?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, so the PACE program is something that Aging and In-Home has in place in conjunction with Parkview Hospital.
Sure.
And so it is an alternate program that individuals could do as opposed to the Medicaid waiver. A lot of individuals will call into us to get on the waiver to look into in-home services, and we may discuss PACE with them and refer them to PACE. PACE is sort of an all-encompassing program. They will provide your medical care. They will provide home care for you. You can go into their adult day center and spend some time there. You can have meals there. So they can cover all of your needs while you're still remaining at home as well. And they'll continue to work with you if you have to do a hospitalization, anything in that period of time.
The PACE program, the facility they have is a beautiful facility
Yes.
on Lake Avenue. If folks haven't had the opportunity to see it, I would encourage them to ask for a tour, and I think that it's a very nice product that we have in Allen County, only for residents of Allen County.
Correct.
But it's a very nice program, and I think people are oftentimes not aware of it, and it's an easy referral for us to make, and I'm sure for you as well.
Yes, definitely. It's a beautiful facility. And like you said, we encourage tours. We encourage individuals to call in to get more information about the services, visit with them, see what it's all about, maybe meet some other participants in PACE, and get a good feel for it. We have many benefits in town and locally that individuals don't know about until they call in.
That's right. So let's talk about that calling in, when it's time to call in.
Yes.
Is it better for folks to call in during an emergency when things are really spinning, or is it better for folks to become familiar with your services in advance of having that panic moment, that emergency situation?
I'd always recommend avoiding calling in or waiting until the emergency moment. Call in as soon as you think you may need some assistance in the future, your loved one may need some assistance in the future, or even if you're just kind of thinking about it and wondering what might be available out there. We will, of course, provide assistance as well during an emergency situation. If anything comes up, we will make the appropriate referrals and see what we can get in place for you. But the sooner you can call in and find out what might be an option for you will help you plan better for your future so that you know what you need to have in place to stay at home or what you're even looking for. A lot of individuals don't know the options like PACE or the different in-home services and programs they may be eligible for. So getting that information earlier can really help prepare you for the future.
It's not what you know, it's what you don't know.
Yes.
And even what we talked today about restaurant vouchers, food in your home, transportation, PACE, securing care inside your home. All of those services are here at your fingertips if you reach out and educate yourself about it. And I do encourage folks to do it sooner rather than later. most definitely. I'd like to thank you, Lori Bones, Vice President of Integrated Care at Aging and Home Services of Northeastern Indiana, for being in the studio with me today. Your time and talent are appreciated, as are the services you provide members of our community in Northeastern Indiana. I look forward to speaking with you, our audience, next weekend, Saturday at 9 a.m. for Preserving Your Dignity and Your Money, Planning for Successful Aging with Nugen Law. If you have a question for Nugen Law between now and then, please give us a call at 260-925-3738. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.
You've been listening to Preserving Your Dignity and Your Money, Planning for Successful Aging with Nugen Law. For more information, log on to nugenlaw.com or email help@nugenlaw.com. Nothing stated in today's program should be considered as legal advice, should not be considered as having created an attorney-client relationship between show host and guests and any listener. Nugen Law is not liable for anything that happens as a result of a listener relying on provided information as legal advice. The content is for informational purposes only.
Podcasts by Federated Media.